Good morning, traders. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 7:47 a.m. Central Time. We have two gap ups, VIX and the markets. Here's what we're looking at right now on your splash screen. On the one hand, on the left, SPY futures, you gapped up last night, and you're coming back down. On the other hand, on the right, the VIX, barely see it, you also gapped up last night. And here's the 1 hour chart. The VIX is looking to angle up, getting closer to the zero line. Doesn't mean it's going to get there, but that's what it's angling to do. Okay, so when you look at the RSI on the 5-minute chart for SPY futures, RSI is getting pretty weak, so it's coming down. Let's see if it comes down to try to fill this gap today, right? If it does, that's actually quite a bit. That's quite a big bit fall to come down to try to fill this gap. Okay? I mean, it could just come down in a wick just to fill it and then go back up. That's quite possible. So, because the VIX also gapped up, which is, as you've always heard me say, that's a sign of fake strength. Because the VIX, what is it going to do? Are you going to go down? Are you going to come back down today and, excuse me, fill that gap too? See what I'm saying? Are you both going to come down and fill your gaps? Right? So that's what I mean. Okay. 4 hours chart for SPY futures. So the 4 hour chart is technically above the zero line, but it's leveling off. Okay. So this is suggestive of it's not going to be an impulsive rally. It's suggestive of that. Okay. It's not going to be one of these boom, big moves up. Okay. So based on histogram right here, I see it kind of leveling off. Let's see what kind of level off we're talking about. Okay. Now, the leveling off, now let's skip over to the 1 hour chart right here. The leveling off though, and now you see the 1 hour is actually crossed below the signal line. So that's not bullish. Okay. It's not bullish per se. You're going to expect more downside, downside, downside. The question is where, because the impulsive move that came up was not impulsive. The downside is probably not going to be like a huge significant fall either. So your takeoff point was right here. How far down do you go today? I think you need to be on the lookout for that on the 1 hour SPY futures. Okay, how far down do you go before you try to pivot? Do you go below the zero line? You know, yeah. I'm not gonna make predictions, but I'm gonna say is your starting point was right here, and you generally retrace at least 90% to your starting point. So that's below the zero line. Okay, that's the 1 hour chart. Now, having said that, for those who would like to make the bullish case, if this downward channel top that I drew holds true, then SPY futures, SPY, you're running out of time to get there to fill that gap, that 396 gap. Okay, actually, on SPY, 39. Okay, SPY futures 3960 is futures, but SPY that's 392. Okay, that's about 392 on SPY. So you are running out of time based on what this diagram shows. You need to get there by tomorrow, because otherwise you're going to hit the top of the downward channel. You have to get there by tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see what today is all about, but that's where you're at. Okay, VIX 4 hour chart. Okay, the VIX, check this out. Look at the MACD on the 4 hour chart. It is angling up and separated from the signal line. Still well below zero though, but it's not in the bearish range, right? The bearish range for VIX is negative 0.8. It's at 0.2 something and some change, 2.5 maybe. So on the 4 hour chart is not bearish, okay? But it did once again gap up, and you know what I have to say about that. Okay, gap ups always means you're going to come back and fill it, just like I did here. Gap up, went up, fill it, came back down. Okay. So here's the 1 hour chart for VIX. I mean, you made a higher low, you're pivoting up, and now you're going back up towards the zero line. Okay, that's not bearish. But once again, you gapped up. See, so it's like the VIX is giving mixed signals, okay? It's just giving mixed signals, all right? So that's basically all I've got for you guys. Look for, I mean, if you want to go back to the original slide, the original verse one, I think you're either going to look at a gap and crap scenario for SPY, right? Are you going to come down and fill this gap and then keep on going down? Or are you going to come down and fill the gap and then take off? Okay? So gap and crap, gap and go, gap and stay, or just kind of stay flat, you know? Either way, it's not necessarily bullish for today. We just need to see how this gap is filled for both SPY and VIX, for that matter. Okay? So, and with that, that is basically all I have for you guys today. So good luck. I think today is just gonna be a wait and see. I'm not gonna call it bullish nor bearish. We just need to wait and see how both of them negotiate how they want to fill their gap that they left this morning or last night. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Good luck.